dá gbogbo Nàìjíríà rú. Àní Gistlover ló máa dá Nàìjíríà rú. Gistlover, but eléyìí kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ Gistlover. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó pọ̀. Ẹ bá mi share. And let me know. Ifeoluwa Pedro, lọ́sàn-án gan, Woodlands children. A children. You just want to be like me. Oh yeah, ẹ bá mi power tap lórí TikTok, Facebook, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi pè gbogbo èèyàn, wọ́n ti gbé dé. Yesterday I did part 1. Welcome to Prevailing News with Ajoke. Ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó bá ń prevail ní society làwa máa ń sọ. And like you know, kò ń ṣe pé kéèyàn fi ba ayé èèyàn kan jẹ́, ṣùgbọ́n láti lè tún nǹkan ṣe ni. Yes, Ifeoluwa Pedro, you're welcome. Ẹ wò, láti fi tún nǹkan ṣe ni o. We are all learning. There are people that you bring around you, they will destroy you. Irú èmi nǹkan tá fẹ́ mú wá nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí àtọ̀sán yìí àlẹ́ẹ̀jì ni o, ẹ ṣáà ti mọ̀. Ẹ bá mi share. Àǹtí Lola Idije, ẹ má bínú, èké yín ni mo wá ṣe lọ́sàn-án yìí. Àǹtí ọmọ bọ̀tí, ẹ má bínú mà. Tọwọ́tọwọ́ ni mo fi sọ pé ẹ má bínú, èké yín la wá ṣe ní alẹ́ yìí ní ọ̀sán yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ bá mi pe gbogbo èèyàn. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ nǹkan tó tún rè nísìn? Wọ́n máa ń gbọ́ kọ́lọ́kọ́ ni. Ọkọ tí ò bá jókòó tó wẹ́ ò bá pé àwọn babes wà ń gbòòrò. Wọ́n á gbà wọ́n á fomi ṣàn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́, and then you'll be left with nothing. You know, so this is commentary that is coming because yesterday Ajoke did amebo yesterday night. That amebo almost cost me something, but you know, it is what it is. We will correct some things in the night, but this one just came. Since how many days now? Actually, Gistlover, be 3 days ago. No, I think 4-5 days ago. You know Omoboti. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ torí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà lórí TikTok tẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ mi tẹ́lẹ̀. Omoboti is Abiodun Okeowo. Picture ẹ wà lórí Facebook. Mimi mo bí ṣe máa ṣe sórí TikTok, ẹ̀yin TikTokers. I don't know how to put picture, you know, on the background. But Omoboti is Lola Idije's goddaughter in the industry. Get me right. I've known these people for a long time. I have a personal relationship with Auntie Lola Idije. Though it's been a very long time I spoke with her. Even on this particular matter, I didn't call her. Because I got my information from the industry itself. Now let me tell you. Lola Idije happens to be godmother to Omoboti. And this guy, Yomi Fabi, ọmọ méjì tá Aunty Lola bí ní industry tó ń gbé kiri nìyẹn. You know, you born children that are prodigal children sometimes. But Aunty Lola, those are our children in the industry. Lola Idije is someone that is very, very composed as a woman. She is very respectful. She knows her onions. She stays on her lane. In fact, not because, like I told you, I have personal relationship with her, but because I respect her for who she is. When you look at Lola Idije with her roles in films, you think, you know, she's wayward. She is very straight. And God has blessed Lola Idije so much that all her children are doing very well. Now, like I told you that she has 2 children in the industry. Omoboti. We know Omoboti has been a single mother for a very long time with 2 beautiful, lovely children. Ọkùnrin kan, obìnrin kan. And she has been doing her business in, you know, scandal-free, I would say, for a long time. Until we heard that òun àti Iyabo Ojo wọ́n jọ ń fẹ́ Dino. You remember that story? That time that one amebo friendship to friendship, they were gossiping about Dino Melaye and Iyabo Ojo. When Iyabo Ojo fell out with a friend, and they were gossiping about Iyabo Ojo. Wọ́n ṣe ke Iyabo ni kíkan ni pé Iyabo sunkún, Iyabo ni wọ́n Dino Melaye. Ọlọ́run máa fi àjẹ́. Àwọn obìnrin máa ṣépè fún ẹni. Ó fi mí sílẹ̀. Anyway, ìyẹn ti di story for a long time tá ti gbọ́. Ẹ bá mi power tap ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Kó má jà wá sílẹ̀. So, for a long time, a kàn gbọ́ pé Dino òun náà jẹ nínú ìdí ńlá yẹn ni ṣe wọ́n sí. But she didn't come out to debunk it. I think she came out to debunk it and all this. But after that, that was when her own scandal started. It was true, that Dino Melaye's story. Then it was after, let me know you are watching me on Facebook. Comment. Let me see your comments coming. You know when I'm doing that, I like to see comments. It's not good now. Come on, shake it. Come on, comment. Come on, star. Come on, gift. Come on, part up. Hey, John now. So, like I told you, before we know what was going on, we heard that. You remember Cute Abiola? Laughter. Cute Abiola is just a young guy. Ọmọ kékeré tó wà ní industry that is doing his skits. But they said, allegedly, that Cute Abiola's wife saw messages. Adafun Yinjari Opeyemi, thank you. Saw messages between Cute Abiola and Fiagba. That time I was saying, it's not possible. Nkoti ọmọ bọ̀tí ti ẹ̀gbẹ́ sí ẹ̀yìn yẹn, ó máa balẹ̀ ayé Abiola jẹ́ ni. Cute Abiola máa kéré sí nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí. Ó máa kéré sí mátà yìí. Nǹkan tó gbé sẹ́yìn pọ̀ gan. Jẹ́ ká jọ wọ yàrá o. Tí bébì yẹn gbé sí ẹ̀yìn. Mo ní Cute Abiola ò lè jẹ́ tán. Ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé ìyálà ìyá ẹ̀gbọ́n ò lè jẹ́ tán. Bàbá ò lè jẹ́ tán. Bọ́láńlé Òkúnnẹ́yẹ. I said, Cute Abiola cannot chop this thing. It's too small for that. But that was the rumor we heard. You know, behind every rumor, there is always an iota of truth. Believe me. I can't pretend pé money. Tẹ́ bá ti rí rumor kan tó jáde, there is something behind it. You know when they accused Omoboti of dating because it was the wife that saw the messages and sent it out. She must have sent it to a friend. A friend will send it to another friend. Don't tell anybody. They will tell somebody. Do you get me? So, people did not believe that Cute Abiola, as young as he is, can be dating Auntie Agba, the industry. But like they told us that time, they said anything for money. And me, I know the industry. If whether you like it or not, call me whatsoever name you call me, Amebo. The industry is full of shit. When it comes to ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní ojú tì, baby calling you can feel oboyeto, ironi. They are ready to quote anything table. Do you get me? As you are coming in comments, let me see you are watching me. As we are talking about, bí a ṣe wá gbọ́ nìyẹn. So after that, Cute Abiola did not deny it. Omoboti ran to a blogger. After the blogger, lambasted her and ran there and, debunked it. Help me to power tap on TikTok. If not, I'll just go off because they'll just drop us. Please help me to power tap. Now, Omoboti ran to the blogger to say, Auntie Kilote sọ̀rọ̀ mi báyìí now. It wasn't like that. Me date Cute Abiola. We were on your skits, Kiniko and all that. So she came to debunk it. But even though the blogger called Cute Abiola for a long time, Cute Abiola come out and debunk this so that you come and clear Omoboti's name. The Omoboti Cute Abiola did not come out to bring change sorrow pẹ̀lú yìí. Instead, he was throwing jabs. Ṣé mo kí o máa ju oko wípé bí ìgbà tó yẹ pé wetin concern me. Ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá rí bí tí Cute Abiola ti deny kíní yẹn or to debunk ẹ, bring it out. Me, I didn't see it o. Maybe ojú mi mo lo glasses mi ò lo glasses mi dáadáa ni. Mi ò rí. Anyway, that was the second one. You remember Dino's own and then this one. Like I said, she was a single mother. She was entitled to have an affair. And she's still entitled to have an affair. But she was a single mother. And so having an affair is no big deal. And Dino was a single guy too. So that one, too, gay for ni, a big deal. She understand. But I'm just trying to bring us to something. Within the industry, remember, we kini bímọ fún Dino. Bisi Bidapo bímọ fún Dino. And apart from that, so many of them, wọ́n wà ní queue lọ́dọ̀ Dino. Torí gbà yẹn, àwọn Dino help condition wọn allergy ni o. So, my darling people, Comments, let me see you are watching. If you are not commenting, and I don't know, something is wrong with TikTok, power tap. If not, they will drop us. So those are the two ones that I can tell. Now, remember I told you that Lola Idije is Omoboti's godmother. Yesterday I did a show and I said, I read something on Gist Lover's page and I'm finding it difficult to believe because Omoboti just got married less than 6 months. And I was thinking, what could be responsible? And that is the picture you are looking at on my page. Gist Lover was saying, even before, when I read Gist Lover's thing, like, he said, there is trouble, with Omoboti and Lola Idije are fighting over pig. Wọ́n jà lórí oko. Mo ní yéèpà lórí oko àti paper. I was thinking, I said, if you go and watch that program yesterday, I said, Auntie Lola, this is somebody I've known for a very long time. She is a no-nonsense person. She's not one of those people you will see in parties. Go and check her out. Oh, Lola Idije party kó máa ṣe nyama kó máa ṣe gọ́dọ̀ kó máa ṣe jati. Mo ní kí ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ àti Lola ń bá yàn jà lórí oko, and my children are doing well. They are not doing badly. Personal house ló ń gbé. In fact, mama bẹ àti Lola kó lọ ṣe show kó lọ ṣe fíìmù ni because Ọlọ́run ti kẹ́. Do you understand? Sometimes when we look at their characters in movies, we judge them by their characters. Lola Idije is not somebody you can judge by characters because that is not who she is. She's a very decent person. Like I told you, I don't have a personal relationship with Omoboti, but she speaks highly of Omoboti and Yomi Fabi. As at the time I spoke with Auntie Lola now, I had to maybe 6 months. It's been a long time. I remember one time an ambassador, people that paid to Omoboti's brand. She was doing an ambassador. She was an ambassador for a construction company and a housing unit something. And they duped people. I called Auntie Lola. I said, people, we are going to call Omoboti out too. Lola Idije was begging and was saying, Ajoke, don't do anything, let me find out. This is so she was defending her behind her. So I said, what went wrong? Auntie Lola mba Omoboti duoko and saying that it's a newly married couple new man to fe. Do you understand? You will understand, how possible is that? Okay, now let's go ahead. And I was thinking, immediately began to paper. That was what Gist Lover wrote there. He said, one jalori paper. And he brought us back, to memory lane of how they have been single. In fact, straight bullet, iba Yabo lano, onigba to Yabo lon fe grandpa komoni. Polo, wobu polo. And you said Mama Lola was there. Yeah, I don't know. I've not spoken with Auntie Lola. I'm just telling you what I read on Gist Lover. So let's go ahead. Do you understand? Arike Omolola said no, she wasn't there. So I don't know. Because what we heard was that a lot of people did not go in that from their industry, that they didn't go there. So I don't know how far that is true. Do you get me? Can you hear me on TikTok? Can you hear me on TikTok? I don't think people are hearing me, no. Can you hear me on TikTok? So as I was saying, I was saying it's been still possible, sha. Money mi o pe nkan be le ṣẹlẹ̀. Do you get me? Now let's go ahead. We now said, okay. Mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan ṣe kíní. Mo sọ náà. Can you both hear me now? Okay. I think they weren't hearing me before on, okay, you can hear me. From their industry, they said nobody came. Now, let's listen. So yesterday, I was talking about it. Muni Roni, Muni Kilo Shele. Èmi ò tí mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní ojo ọkọ lọ́kọ gbé ni. Àṣọ ọmọ bọ̀tí, àlẹ́jì ni o. According to Gist Lover, àṣọ jí ọkọ ọmọ Àǹtí Lọlá gbé ni. Ẹ gbà mí o. Money, what? What are you talking about? Your godmother is impossible. Now, after all that one we read yesterday, and I was wondering what could be responsible. I said I was going to call Aunty Lola today. Unfortunately, her phone number, I cannot find the phone. So I now called one of our people in the industry. I said, Aunty, Ejokilo Shele, show Tony, Nkotimo Inoni. Have you read? And I said, I've read Gist Lover's story this morning. My darling, let's read the story again. Part 2. Yesterday, Gist Lover brought, you know, people have said Gist Lover is not credible. So I will be saying, allergy niyo. Mo Canada Gist Lover niyo. I don't know if it is true or not, yo. But behind every story, there is always an hint into it. Yeah? Yesterday, like I said, let's go for the first one when it started. He said, hello, Twe. GLB Nation, na day house abi una still day party. That was 2 days ago. I think yesterday, and he said he was going to release part 2 today. He said, once upon a time there lives a curvilicious, beautiful lady. Her name na Abiodun Okeowo. There live another elderly woman. Her name na Lola Idije. After Abiodun lost her mother, Lola Idije became her adopted mother, and they were quite close. Those days, Mercy Aigbe, Iyabo Ojo, and Abiodun Okeowo had the single mothers with 2 kids who were thriving without being married. One shedada láì ṣe pé wọ́n wà lọ́bẹ̀ ọkùnrin, so they were doing well on their own. So, in fact, a lot of women use them as role model. When you look at it, when we see women that are doing well, we appreciate them, especially when they are not with any man. Some left their husbands using the yardstick of these 3 women. One ya wèrè ni báwo ni ma fọkọ mi sílẹ̀ nítorí pé mo ra àwọn single mothers that are doing well. But anyway, they said some even left their husbands. That's within the industry. You know, in the industry is competition. You know that. Once some people are doing well as single ladies, and then you are looking at them, you'll be looking at them and be like, I will that. Do you understand? I said, okay, well, some of them, that is what Gist Lover is saying, that some left their homes because of the single mothers. 3 of them, Iyabo Ojo, Mercy Aigbe, Ati. So he went ahead and said, they were happening single mothers then, as lots of ladies look up to them. They share same similarities too. They all have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Things were going on fine, and they were maintaining the single mother thing and taking care of their kids. Ojo ngori ojo, days past day, and they were doing well until one of them decided that she needs a man to complement her work. Independent woman won't kill me. Before you know it, she starts to post one man leg and back view. She dey call am the owner. The owner ke nibi ti Gist Lover wa. Kai now, if na play, make you stop am o. Na so I carry my 2 leg go dig out who the owner be. It turns out that the owner na person husband wey don born almost 2 pikin. Mercy Osheyitan. That is Mercy Aigbe. So Gist Lover is bringing us back to that Mercy's case. You know, he said there are 3. Where this man go pack all these pikin puts? Almost 12. Ha, Mercy, komada o. Before we know, gbas begin. Bottle begin fly. Then begin drag Mercy like I pass my neighbor generator. They almost drag life comot for him body. The other two saying wetin dey sup, just composed gegege. One of them wey dey date one married man wey sign am for auto dealer ambassadorship, drop am. That is Okeowo, Abiodun Okeowo. All of them just compose. As one of them don go now, the remaining two compose. As one of them go now, the remaining two mothers compose to find love again. Independent woman won't kill them. Now so Yabo go find one grandpa wey no get wife to avoid dragging. Komada, this lover. Only Yabo wa lọ wá grandpa, Polo ló ń pè grandpa, ó lọ follow it to avoid being dragged. At least grandpa no get anybody for house. Make dem no drag am comot life for her body. E can't remain Abiodun Okeowo. You know say Mercy don't go marry person husband. Iyabo Ojo say me I no want wahala. She go marry grandpa. Na so Abiodun Okeowo leave the married man wey she dey date. Na so we see am. After she don't leave the auto dealer boss, she need to settle down and avoid dragging too. She don't want firi or one party. That was part 1 that I treated yesterday. This lover now gave us part 2. Oh yeah, pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mi. Ẹ bá mi power tap. Ẹ bá mi ra gift. Ẹ bá mi dáwọ́ booster. This lover said continuation. She don't want to see firi or one party like Shadi owner, like Aya the owner. You remember, like we said, Aya the owner was dragged. I will continue to say it. Mercy Aigbe was not dragged because she married a married man who is entitled to marry any 2-3 wives because he is a Muslim. Mercy Aigbe was dragged because the wife was allegedly a friend to Mercy Aigbe. Get me right. One or Mercy Aigbe, in fact, she introduced Mercy to her husband. So we are just going back to that. Just to correct what this lover said. This lover is back, or B word. Anyway, and this time, time they go. Ìgbà tí ń lọ fún àwọn àǹtí méjèèjì tó kù fún ẹyọ kan tó méjì ni wọ́n ìkọ́ ti fẹ́ grandpa ìkejì ìyẹn ni ìkẹta ni ọmọ bọ̀tí. The other two don't see one place, shook their head, put. She first leave two, don't see one place, shook their head too. She first leave the married auto guy. That she left the married man, the auto guy that she was dating in Lagos. Lẹ́yìn tí etí na ìgbàrà náà, okay, only she left the auto single man, auto married man, and went to get a single man. Only lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti ná ìgbàrà, tí wọ́n ti ná ìgboro. The search continues with no success, and she need a husband too. As the other two don't leave her behind, the search continues. So this lover said, Auntie ti ná ìgbàrà, wọ́n ti ná ìgboro, ọjà ti fẹ́ tán ní inú kọ́bọ́ọ̀dù. But you know, it's not easy to be a single mother. I do say every woman deserves happiness. So for her looking for happiness, it's no big deal. I appreciate that in Omoboti. At least she left a married man. Kó má lọ dalé onílé, ẹ bá mi pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Omoboti. Ẹ bá mi ṣá Omoboti látẹ́wọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. So she decided to go and look for a single man. Jean Lover continues. There is a guy known for proposing to ladies every 2 market eke day. Poroski. Kakuo ni di oshi táwọn yẹn ṣe ká sọ̀rọ̀ gidi. Anyway, do you know My dear, Gist Lover said, as our beautiful, curvilicious, delicious, idinla, beautiful Omoboti decided to leave a married man. She said, Gist Lover said she went for a young guy, a single guy. And this single guy, according to Gist Lover, he proposes to every lady he meets. Like Ishedino. Allegedly, you like Ishedino Melaye. Because according to, if you remember, the voice note that was released by Iyabo Ojo's ex-friend, Omo British, to release it, Iyabo was crying, and we could hear Iyabo Ojo crying that day, Olórí burúkú ni ẹ́ tí no, bó ṣe máa lọ promise gbogbo wọn ní marriage nìyẹn, Ọlọ́run máa fìyà jẹ, Ẹlẹ́dàá máa fìyà jẹ. Ẹlẹ́dàá máa fìyà jẹ, gbogbo bó ṣe told me, Ọlọ́run máa fìyà jẹ tí mi ò promise me ní marriage. In fact, àwọn obìnrin máa ṣépè fún ẹni, a máa tún ara ṣépè fún ẹni tí you remember. Ìyábọ̀ mi ò fẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni. So Iyabo ló tú àṣírí ńjọ́ yẹn. Tí Iyabo told us that Dino is fond, allegedly ni o, we heard the news ni o, ẹ̀dọ́ Uncle Dino, ẹ má mú lẹ́tà wá mi ò lówó tí máa fún yín o, ẹ ṣàánú mi allergy ni o. That's because we heard the voice notes where Iyabo said Dino, Uncle Dino Melaye. In fact, Uncle has not married since you. Tí ìròyìn bí yẹn pé Ìyábọ̀ ló ń jà wọ́n ní ọmọ èpè gbọ́dọ̀ jà wá lórúkọ Jésù ní orúkọ Jésù ẹ bá mi gbàdúrà fún Dino Melaye. Èpè Ìyábọ̀ ò ní jà, èpè Ìyábọ̀ ò ní jà, ó máa rí ìyàwó gbé sílé, kò ní máa dáná fún rẹ̀, kò ní máa wọ designer everyday láì rí ìyàwó gbé sílé, ẹ̀jẹ̀ bá ṣe àdúrà. So Dino Melaye, that was what èpè tó ṣẹ́ fún nígbà yẹn. Lọ́wọ́n bá o wípé bó ṣe máa ń pàdé obìnrin nìyẹn to my promise one marriage. So many men are like that too. Instead of them to get nǹkan tó máa jẹ kán yọ ẹsẹ̀, wọ́n máa promise marriage ni, wọ́n máa promise marriage ni, like n ṣe àfiṣe alájà Islamia, like n ṣe àfiṣe ẹni tó fún mi ní rose yẹn tí ẹ ò ní bàjẹ́ inú ẹ máa dùn ni, bó bá ṣe fún mi ní gift máa ṣèké fún yín, ẹ dẹ̀ máa gbádùn èké mi, ẹ ṣé gan ni, I love you, thank you for giving me gifts. Uncle is still searching a maker. Single and searching. Èpè Ìyábọ̀ Òjó kọ́ ló ń jà yẹn ní o mọ̀. So now they said this particular, unfortunately, Emagbo. So it could be that our botylicious Omoboti is a victim of circumstances. Because Omoboti herself was looking for a single guy and unfortunately met this man. Tiwoni Iyola, welcome my darling. Tiwoni gbogbo obìnrin tó bá ti pàdé báyìí ló máa sọ pé I want to marry you, put a ring on it. Wọ́n ló máa ń sọ wọ́n di Lord of Rings. Ó máa propose, ó máa kúnlẹ̀ ni, will you marry me? Unfortunately, this is the guy that she met. Let's go again. There is a guy known for proposing to ladies every 2 market AK day. His name na Adeniyi. Mr. Adeniyi. And America in the stay. Adeniyi. Ibi tó kàn ti bàjẹ́ rèé o, ẹ̀yin tèmi, ẹ tẹ́tí kẹ́ máa gbọ́ mi lọ. Adeniyi was dating Lola Idije's daughter. Yay! Did you hear that? His name na Adeniyi. The guy, unfortunately, that proposed to Omoboti that she got married to was actually dating Omo Auntie Lola Idije's daughter. Let me bring you back. Lola Idije is godmother to Omoboti and Ikebe Super. What's our brother's name? They ran away from Nigeria to go pa won. What's his name? Torí Justice for Mohbad. What's his name? But that to salo láti wọ́n fẹ́ pa mí o, ẹ gbà mí o, wọ́n fẹ́ pa mí o. What's his name? Yomi Fabiyi. Àwọn ọmọ tá Aunty Lola bí nìyẹn. Ọmọ méjì nínú industry. Now, my dear, so for her to now accept this proposal from your godmother's daughter's get a boyfriend, not boyfriend though, fiancé. Ẹ gbà mí o, yeah. Wọ́n ti lù wá o, yeah. Now let's go ahead. His name na Adeniyi, an America in the state. Adeniyi was dating Lola Idije's daughter. In fact, them don't do intro mimo, and most of the industry people knows about the affair. Oh, heartbeat. Everybody was he? Yeah, did you hear that? That the Adeniyi is even a fiancé. They have done introduction. First of all, introduction. So, anything mo fẹ́. In fact, allege ni o. Be mi ṣe nǹkan tí mo investigate ni pé it was the lady, your Lola Idije's daughter, that introduced this particular guy to Omoboti gẹ́gẹ́ bí siblings. Ẹ mọ̀ pa wọ́n mi siblings ọ̀wọ́n wà. Meet my sister. Ẹ sọ Yorùbá mà kí ló dé ẹ gbọ́ mi. I will speak English and Yoruba. If you don't understand me, you know. Kí ló dé ẹ̀yin okay, torí ẹ̀yin ti wá. Màá tún sọ ní Yorùbá. Don't worry. You know I have time for a cake this afternoon. Mo ráyè. You are from Kútọ́nù. Okay. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ẹ̀yin ọ̀rẹ́ mi láti Kútọ́nù. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ẹ̀yin ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Now, màá tún fún yín, má worry. Ẹni tó gbọ́kọ lọ́pọ̀ ẹ má bínú, wọ́n ní ọkọ godmother. So, as I was telling you, my darling people, they said the whole industry knew about it. Most people in the industry knew about it, according to Gistlover, because everyone knows that, you know, the closeness between Lola Idije and this beautiful girl. Pé what is happening? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Tí story wá fi jẹ́ pé ẹni tí ọmọ bí pé ẹni tí yóò bá pè ní godmother bí ìgbà tó yẹ pé ìyá tó bí ẹ lọ́mọ náà ni now. You know, when you say somebody is my godmother, she's just like your mother. This is somebody you confide in. The woman, when I spoke with Aunty Lola the last time, you know, when I said I reported, she was speaking highly well of this person. Anyway, let's go ahead. They said most of the industry people knew about it. Omoboti, being an adopted daughter of Lola Idije, too knows. And the Lola Idije's daughter even introduced Niyi to Boti as a man. Did you hear that? Oh, God. Oh, God. Did you hear that? That it's Lola Idije's daughter introduced this Niyi to Aunty Omoboti. Allege ni o, but yo, me o believe o. Allege ni o. You people should not believe o. It's allege o. That they proposed and she introduced a man to you. Abiodun Okeowo Omoboti. Wọ́n ní ọmọ Lola Idije actually introduced her man to you. Could it be the way Mrs. Funsho Adeoti introduced her husband to Merciless? Ẹjọ́ mi ò mọ̀. Could it be ni mo sọ? I don't know. You know me, I don't know. Allegedly. Anyway. Omoboti being an adopted daughter of Lola Idije too knows. And Lola Idije's daughter even introduced me to Boti as a man. Long story short, Omoboti dukuru kere enter Adeniyi's life. Wọ́n ló dọ́gbọ́n pé ewo ele tó níwèé America tèmi ti dá ẹjọ́ kí n já wá bí ṣe máa wọlé. I've told you. Most of our ladies, this one, I still don't believe or don't mind me, my darling Omoboti, you know I love you. I don't know, but allegedly, one thing I know allegedly is that allegedly, most of all this especially Yoruba artists, they are always looking for somebody to marry abroad to get paper. Do you remember me, TMO? You remember our brother that ran away from Nigeria? You remember that they are chasing Yomi Fabiyi too? Came and married one Arugbo Oyinbo that time. And not only that, I can count more. I remember Auntie Seki. You remember Auntie Seki? Bookie Wright. She came and married American. Not only her, there are plenty. If I go and get paper, I will write them down. I remember most of them. I remember Lola Alao that time too. She came to marry another one. It didn't work out. So, my darling, it's not impossible that she wanted, like, okay, let's read on and then I can always talk about it. Long, okay, she can't enter in life. Kamari ni Paul, we the matter was yam pepper scatter and industry people begin verse. Apparently, she confided in one of her friends, say she won't use the guy collect palini until she give the guy money, say make him buy ring, propose. According to this lover, allegedly, that she confided in a friend that it's not that I really want to have anything to do with that guy. You know, we all want to jackpot from Nigeria. Nigeria is not easy. That she confided in a friend. But according to this lover, she now could not hold on. She gave money. Apparently, she's richer than the guy. She gave money for the guy to buy a ring and put a ring on it. So that he can propose to her. Not long after the proposal, another woman came out with video evidence, say Adeniyi proposed to her some months ago too. Mama doing the internet now. People are doing all man propose all the time. She not propose, Hey, mama guy man. Anytime you meet a man, and first thing he says is, I want to marry you. I just love you. I love everything about you. Mo fẹ́ fẹ́ ni. Uncle Dino le magbe. Allergy ni o, mi ò mọ̀. Look, Uncle Dino me, I love you. In fact, I love you so much. Until you leave this brotherhood and go and get married and become, leave bachelorhood and go and become married man, we will not leave you lórí ìkànnì yìí. Me, I will be feeling panisa, honestly. Báwo lọkùnrin àgbàlagbà ṣe máa fi okó ro àmàlà nínú kitchen. Ẹ tún wà nínú kitchen, you be doing okó, ẹ máa fi okó ro àmàlà, ẹ máa fi ẹpọ̀n ro àmàlà. Kí ló dé? It's not nice. tóbìnrin bá kọ ni obìnrin la máa fẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ gbọ́ pé Ìyábọ̀ Òjó ṣépè ní ìmọ̀ bóyá godmother àbí kí lẹ máa ń pè mother kan ṣépè fún wọn o I don't know but wọ́n ìpè yẹn pọ̀ Dino tí ṣọmọ tóbìnrin tó bá guilt obìnrin tó bá dùn gan èpè tó máa ṣe fún ẹ Dino máa sọ fún ẹ pé obìnrin ni mí gbogbo àwọn obìnrin máa ṣépè fún ẹ ní àbá tọwọ́ bọ́ọ̀dì ṣépè fún ẹ ní mo ní ọwọ́ bọ́ọ̀dì kẹ́ ẹ̀ kó má ìpọ́n ti lọ tọwọ́ bọ́ọ̀dì ṣépè fún bọ̀dá Dino Ìyábọ̀ Òjó jọ release bọ̀dá Dino jẹ́ kán marry ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́yìn náà ti lọ marry grandpa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ kán marry o. So Uncle Dino, I don't want to be seeing you wearing designers everywhere. You look good. I don't want to see your fleet of cars. I want to see you. I know you've got lovely children. God bless all your children and all ours. God bless our mother. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ lọ marry, ẹ má fi okó ro ẹ̀bà mọ́. Anyways, let's go ahead. So the same man that we said